What's up guys, my name is Travis and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video I'm gonna teach you how to edit your photos looks like Brandon Woelfels. So before we jump right into this video, please remember to click the subscribe button so it will help my channel to grow and for me to continue creating content. So let's stop the talking and let's jump right into the edit. So we have a beautiful image over here. As you can see, the background is a little bit boring and the whole image is a little bit boring. So let's hit the Ctrl J button to duplicate a layer and then change it to a smart object. Hit the Ctrl Shift A to open up Camera Raw so you can adjust all the exposures and stuff like that over here. Now if you haven't watched my previous video about how to edit photos using the histogram, I'll link it down in the description box below. So let's jump right back to the edit. Okay, first of all, let's increase the blacks and shadows. Maybe decrease the blacks a little bit and increase the shadows. And maybe just increase a little bit of the whites, as now you can see the details behind the darker areas. Now let's decrease the contrast and decrease the highlights because the face is a little bit overexposed. Now let's head to the tone curve section under RGB and pull up the black section and the midtones as well. Alright, right now let's go to the HSL panel where all the colors can be manipulated. Let's start with the hue section and adjust the blues to the teal color. Followed by the purple to the blues. Adjust orange to get a little bit of reddish color and the yellow to orange color. Let's keep the greens and increase the red by just a little bit. Let's go to the saturation panel and decrease the orange tone, blue tones, and followed by the other colors. So now let's go to the calibration panel and decrease the red primary so you can get the pinkish color. Followed by the blue primary color as well, so you will get the teal color. You can play around with the saturation if you need. And let's keep the shadow at where it is. Now let's go back to the basic panel and drop the temperature by just a little bit and increase the tint to the pinkish area. Now let's go back to the tone curves. Under red channel, increase the red channel's shadows just by a little bit and the blue channel's shadow as well. Okay. And finally, you can end up with some fine-tuning adjustment based on your own preference. Okay, so once you are done with all the fine-tunings and adjustment, hit OK. So now you can see the color is as similar as Brandon Woelfels. So now let's clean up the photo a little bit. Hit the Ctrl+ key on your keyboard and you can zoom into the photo. Hit the Ctrl-Alt-Shift-E to merge down all the layers below. Okay. Hit the J key on your keyboard to bring up spot healing tool and just click on the elements that you want to remove. Alright, it looks good right now. Now let's increase the contrast a little bit because it's a little bit flat. Alright. Hit the Ctrl-Alt-Shift-E again to merge down all the layers. And now we will brighten up the hair area. Hit the O key in your keyboard, select the dodge tool, and change the range to shadows, exposure. You can play around with the exposure. For right now, I'm going to leave it 50%. And now you can brush it over the hair area to make it brighter. Be careful not to overdo it as you will ruin the whole image. Okay, let's add some bokeh right now. You can go to your web browsers, go to Google and type in bokeh and you can select the types of bokeh you want. It doesn't matter if it's not a transparent background one, because I'm going to teach you how to blend into the photo later on. So right now I have chosen my bokeh already. Now let's enlarge this picture over the whole image and change the blending mode to screen. Once you have changed the blending mode to screen, create a mask and select the brush tool and make sure that you are selecting black color, and let's brush off the distracting bokeh on her face and her arms. Okay, just like that. Let's go to the filter panel on the top left corner under blur and choose Gaussian blur. Now set your value on the radius. For this image, I think 1.5 will be good. Once you're done, hit OK. And once again, hit the Ctrl Alternate Shift E to merge down all the layers below. Ctrl J to duplicate a layer. Go back to Filter and the Others and select High Pass. In this photo, I will keep it to 1.2. If you want your photos to be sharper, you can select 1.5 and stuff like that. Hit OK once you are done and change your blending mode to Vivid Light. Now this photo is a little bit too sharp, so I will lower down the opacity to around 80 to 70%. I think 70 will be good. Okay, here's the before and here's the after. And that's it guys, you have your Brandon Woofle photo style. Okay, so that's it for me today guys. If you like this video, please remember to thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And as always, I'll see you guys in my next video.